Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another breakdown for UFC Fight Night. We're gonna be going back to Dana Dungeon this weekend after the 305. And the 305 pay-per-view card was absolutely amazing. I really had a lot of fun watching those fights in the main card. The prelims were pretty terrible, if I'm being honest, last week. But I'm happy that at least the main card delivered. There's a lot of exciting fights in the main card. Duplessis still the champion right now. This guy's an absolute problem. And I know Pereira said he wants to move down to 185 now. I actually want Pereira to fight Ankalaev after he beats Roundtree, but he might move down to 185. He might think he has a chance against Duplessis, but Duplessis just has that crazy willpower, man. This guy's a problem for sure, and he's the first one to submit Israel Adesanya. That's a big feather in his cap, finishing Izzy and finishing Whitaker. This guy's an absolute problem. So is Pratis. His team is fighting on this card. In his first ever main event in the UFC. For Caio Borralho here. First of all, guys, make sure you sub to the channel. If you guys enjoy the content, also like and subscribe. And leave a comment down below with your most confident picks on this card. And let's get right into it, guys. First fight on the card is gonna be Wang taking on Victoria Leonardo. Xiang Wang is gonna win this fight for sure. The line is kind of crazy. Minus 850 for Wang. He does have a win in over Valentin Shevchenko in kickboxing. So I watched that fight back, and he was pressuring Valentin Shevchenko. Landing some good shots. It was a competitor fight. But she did beat Valentin Shevchenko 8 years ago. It was a long time ago though, but still, solid feather in her cap, beating Shevchenko in kickboxing, in striking alone. This is a good matchup for her. Victoria Leonardo doesn't have the best striking defense. I wouldn't even say he has power. I don't think he's crazy powers. He does have a KO win over Chelsea Hackett like 4 years ago, and she's gonna get KO'd here. I'm gonna pick Xiang Wang by second on TKO. I think she's eventually gonna find that power. She's gonna put it on her. She's gonna break her. So give me Xiang Wang by a second on ground and pound. I think it might be a TKO stoppage. I could see the referee just stepping in, her just going for the finish, and the referee just calling it off. But also, one thing also about Victoria Leonardo, she has been fighting the way better competition in MMA. Look at her losses. She got Manon Fear in her debut. That's a pretty tough matchup in her debut. Then she fought Melissa Gatto, who has high level BJJ. She has the winner Mandy Bohum, who's an absolute fraud. But she lost to Natalie Silva, who's going to be fighting Jessica Andras in a couple of weeks or a couple of months from now. So her losses, honestly, are not terrible. Those are some legit losses. Manon Fear is going to be fighting for the title. So losses are honestly not bad for Leonardo in the UFC. But this is a tough matchup for her. I get the line minus 850, but women's MMA, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze here. But minus 850, yeah, the line's definitely crazy. Over and under, over set at minus 145. I think it could go over 1.5 rounds. It's kind of risky though, but I see it going over 1.5 rounds. I feel more comfortable taking the fight doesn't go the distance here than taking the over. I think fight doesn't go the distance. Leonardo does have durability issues. Sorry guys, my voice is a little messed up right now. I've been live like 9 hours last night. Yeah, yesterday I was live for 9 hours, and I was live on Friday also, so my voice is a little messed up right now. But I'm still here doing the breakdown for you guys on Sunday morning. Yes, he does have durability issues. He's been KO'd 4 times. That's not good. 3 TKO losses in the second round. Give me Xiang Wang by a second on TKO ground and pound. I would take the fight doesn't go this. I think that's a better play there than taking Xiang Wang money line. Next fight on the card, we got Josiane Nunes taking on Jacqueline Cavalcanti. Give me Josiane. No, not give me Josiane Nunes. Give me Jacqueline Cavalcanti here. I think she's gonna be able to throw more volume out there. She's also more physically. She's also the bigger fighter out there. She's gonna be 5'8" with the 70-inch reach. Nunes is really undersized for this weight class, and they're both like last wins are over Gerald Fern, who's losing fights back in Aries FC now. She's like 40 years old. And one thing I'll say about Jacqueline Cavalcanti, Xiao struck Gerald Fern by a lot. I mean, whereas Josiane and Nunes barely won that fight. Even her loss, I mean, Xiao struck this girl Martina Jindarova. I was watching that fight back earlier today. It was peaceful, and Xiao struck her. I need some good shots at range, and she's got really nice shots right down the pipe. Josiane Nunes is gonna have more power here, but I do favor Cavalcanti to win by decision here. That's gonna be my pick. What I do like as a bet here is the over. Uh, I think the over is the better play here. Jacqueline Cavalcanti minus 194. That line's kind of crazy. I like the over. Over 2.5 rounds minus 210. It's gonna go over 2.5 rounds. It's gonna go the distance. So Josh Shannon is really tough. So is Jacqueline. I don't think they're finishing each other. Next fight on the card, we got Viacheslav Borshchev taking on a James Llontop. James Llontop made his debut. Took Chris Padilla on short notice. Chris Padilla took that fight on short notice. James also missed weight for that fight. Not a good sign. He was not looking terrible in the feed when he got taken down and gave up his back right away. Gave up a submission right away. I mean, he fought on Dana White contender. He couldn't really finish Malik Lewis, who's an absolute gas bag. And the Borshchev has been fighting the way better competition. I mean, the UFC things haven't really been going his way. He's been taking a lot of damage. His 2 losses, I mean, even that draw that he had in Nazim Sadikov, he almost got finished in the second round. And then Chase Hooper dropped him, obviously, with the left hook. Chase Hooper is has way better grappling than either one of these guys. Yeah, getting dropped by Chase Hooper, I mean, not really the best sign, but I guess Chase Hooper has some power, and Borshchev was worried about the takedowns, so he didn't see that punch coming. Could James Llontop start shooting takedowns here? I mean, I could see James Llontop shooting takedowns here. I mean, if he doesn't like to stand up, his game's not really like to grapple, but he was grappling in that Malik Lewis fight, and I think he can grapple here, man. I mean, Borshchev could knock him out on the feet. He's definitely going to be live for a KO here on the feet. I think James has a pretty solid chin on him, so I'm not really worried about his chin that much, but he's going to be fighting the way better kickboxer here. But give me James. I'm gonna give this guy another chance here. He's only 25 years old, man. He's fighting at Peru. These guys aren't really known for their grappling, but I could see him like being smart out there and changing levels and not really just standing with Borshchev the whole time. Borshchev has fought the way better competition, so I get that line. At minus his line. Borshchev is minus 220 right now, so I completely get that line at Borshchev minus 220. Yeah, give me James Llontop by decision. I think he can outwork him. But Borshchev, if it's a stand-up fight, I mean, Borshchev's gonna find some big shots on him. But I feel like James is gonna be able to make this a brawl. Maybe I mean, mixing some takedowns, some control, maybe get a submission or something. I mean, does not really known for the submissions, but Borshchev is a fish on the ground. I mean, doesn't really have much on the ground. He has been losing to some decent guys. I mean, Mark Casey just absolutely just took him down over and over like 6-7 times. Obviously, Mike Davis is a high-level prospect at 155. He's knocked out Meerschaert. Then obviously had a crazy fight with Nazim Sadikov. So the guy's an absolute dog, man. Borshchev has that dog in him for sure. But he has been taking a lot of damage out there. And give me James to win by decision here. James is a plus 205 right now. Give me James, but not crazy confident on James Llontop here. They haven't released the totals on this fight, so I don't know what the totals are on this one. If Borshchev wins, it's probably going to be inside the distance. If James wins, it's probably going to be by decision. So give me James to win by decision. Next fight on the card, we got Jose Medina taking on Jack Reese. And give me Jack Reese here. I'm pretty confident Jack Reese is going to win this fight. Jose Medina shouldn't be fighting in the UFC, if I'm being honest with you guys. I don't think he should be fighting in the UFC. He got a contract just because he didn't get finished out there, and he showed pretty good. He showed he's tough out there for sure. But Magomed Ghazi Yosulov is not really a finisher. We've seen that in his debut over Brenton Barrow. Brenton Barrow was the more dangerous guy out there. Was looking for submission with Ghazi Yosulov. But yeah, I think Jack Reese has better BJJ. He definitely has more power on the feet. So we've seen him get a crazy uppercut KO over Julian Marquez. Medina might be tough enough to go longer than a round here. But I'm still gonna pick Jack Reese. I'll pick him by like submission. I think it's gonna be tough to get Jose Medina out of there with punches. But I could see Jack Reese getting a submission, like a club and sub or something like that. So Jack Reese is gonna be a lot bigger. He's gonna have the reach advantage. It's gonna be more dangerous. Also, he's a legit prospect in UFC, whereas Medina just got a contract just because Dana White felt bad for him. Can Medina make this take Jack Reese into the later rounds and then edge out a hard fought? This isn't. I mean, maybe, but I don't think it's that likely. We haven't really seen Jack Reese cardio tested. I mean, this guy's finished every fight he's been in. He's been KO'd by Brandes, but that was a fluke KO. I mean, it was a slam as he was going for armbar. I know. I think he learned his lesson there. Yeah, he's never gone past the second round. I think he's only gone the second round in his amateur fight and back in 2021. So Medina has gone longer. We have seen him go longer before. So, but I think Jack Reese is gonna be too dangerous out there. Give me Jack Reese to get it done. Jack Reese is minus 400 here. I guess it makes sense. I mean, he's going to be the guy with the more finishing upside there. Under 1.5 rounds, minus 190. Over 1.5 rounds, plus 160. If you guys think Jose Medina is going to be able to survive the onslaught in the first round, maybe take the over, but I would take the Jack Reese by finish. I think he will, maybe Jack Reese by round 1 or round 2 finish, because he's definitely going to be live for a submission. Because I think he's gonna have the way better BJJ than Medina. Maybe even get a KO. He's definitely got power on the face. So give me Jack Reese. I think he should be a good parlay piece. I mean, minus 400 is kind of crazy, but Medina shouldn't even be fighting in UFC. I don't think he's that good. Next fight on the card, we got Dennis Buzukja taking Danny Silva. I mean, I've been pretty high on Danny Silva. We had him over Josh Kulibau. Josh Kulibau is pretty dumb. I mean, the way he lost to Ramos was pretty crazy because he was like showboarding out there. He could have, I think Josh Kulibau could have got Ramos out of there with those leg kicks in the second, and then he's like showboarding out there, playing around, playing with his food out there. So whatever. But yeah, Danny Silva knocked down Kulibau, mixing a couple of takedowns. So this is Buzukja is known for his wrestling. I mean, he's a pretty good wrestler, grappler, but his striking looked a lot better over Connor Matthews. He knocked out Connor Matthews in the third round. Pretty impressive. Connor Matthews is known for his grappling mostly, but he can strike. I mean, but give me Danny Silva here. The line is crazy here. I mean, Danny Silva minus 200, minus 240. That's definitely kind of crazy line for Danny Silva because he was plus 160 when we had him over Kulibau. And that was a good spot over Kulibau. The line is definitely crazy. There could be value in Buzukja here, but I feel like Danny Silva has a better durability. I think he's got power on the feet also, and he was getting outstruck by Kulibau on the volume, but Danny Silva was landing the better shots out there. So he does need to work on that striking defense. I think he needs to work on the striking defense. Could be better because he doesn't really move his head out the center line much. But give me Danny Silva to win by decision. Can he get a KO over Buzukja? I mean, we've seen Buzukja get absolutely nuked by Jamal Emmers, who not really known for that one punch power. I could see Danny Silva getting a KO here if he lands a clean shot in the pocket. I could see him dropping Buzukja. Maybe Buzukja just survives. But give me Danny Silva on the scorecards. Yeah, I'm gonna say Danny Silva on the scorecards to win. The line for this one is Danny Silva minus 240 right now. Not sure if I want to be betting him at minus 250. I'm assuming over 2-1. If he was like minus 140, minus 120, I would take him, but this line's crazy. Over 2.5 rounds, minus 180. I think it goes over 2.5 rounds. Buzukja is pretty tough. I mean, he just got caught by Jamal Emmers in the first like minute. Went the distance, Sean Woodson, I mean, but I think it's gonna go over. It's gonna be a competitive fight. I'm gonna say Danny Silva edges it out by 28-28. That's gonna be my pick here. Next fight on the card, we got Ryan Loder taking on Robert Valentin. This is the finale for Ultimate Fighter. And honestly, I was thinking about picking Ryan Loder here. And he's got pretty good wrestling. Striking is pretty terrible. Striking defense needs a lot of work. And same thing with Robert Valentin. I mean, striking defense is pretty terrible. They both don't have the best head movement on the feet. They can wrestle. They can both wrestle. Ryan Loder, I think, has better wrestling overall than Robert Valentine. But Valentine is definitely more dangerous with his ground and pound and submission skills. I don't know. This one's definitely a tougher fight, but I am gonna take the 29-year-old Robert Valentine here to win because I think he's more dangerous out there. But Loder can definitely lay in prey here and just make Robert Valentine work because I've seen Robert Valentine get taken down before. I think it was that Van der Brink fight where he got taken down. Then he got in top position because Van der Brink was absolutely gassed and he got him out of there with some TKO with a TKO. I think it was a referee stoppage because they called it off and after the second round, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was a good finish though. At least he's finishing everyone out there. I mean, he's fighting RCC and Ares FC, and he's also looked better on Ultimate Fighter. So give me a Robert Valentine to win. Does he finish him? This could go the distance. I mean, Ryan Loder is pretty tough. I think it's gonna go the distance. To be honest, I think it's gonna be a hard fought fight. It's gonna be competitive. Give me Robert Valentine to win. Let's see what the odds are. -155 for Robert Valentine. I think the line should be close enough because they're both going to be live. If Ryan Loder can implement his game plan out there and just take him down over and over and over, he can win this fight. I mean, but I'm going to take the more Nunes guy and Valentine. He's also, I think, fought the better competition. I mean, Ryan Loder, I mean, he's a pretty good wrestler. He's probably got the better wrestling overall. But I think Valentine is more dangerous with his BJJ and striking. So give me Valentine by decision is going to be my pick. Do we have totals in this one? No totals yet. I think it goes over 1.5 rounds. If the line set at 1.5 rounds, it should go over 1.5 rounds. All right, guys. Next fight on the card, we got Michael Morales here on Neil Magny, man. Give me Michael Morales all day long. I mean, the way Magny's winning fights now is when you're like trying to finish him early and you just can't finish him, get him out of there, and he gets you in the third round. That's the way he's been winning fights now. That's the way he beat Mike Malott. I mean, Mike Malott was absolutely beating him up. It wasn't like dominating him or anything. It was like taking him down, smothering him with his wrestling and the grappling. And the striking was like not that crazy. I mean, Mike Malott was landing some good shots on the feet, but not really doing a whole lot. Was landing some nice leg kicks, I think. Obviously, Ian Gary put a clinic on it with those leg kicks. Phil Rowe, I mean, that was a really bad fight. I mean, Phil Rowe has terrible fight IQ. Phil Rowe could have beat him if he just had better fight IQ and he wasn't trying to clinch him. That's what you got to do. You got to avoid the clinch. I mean, D-Rod, same thing with D-Rod. I mean, D-Rod was dominating him in the first round, then he gassed out in the third round. Michael Morales doesn't fight like Mike Malott or D-Rod. He's gonna be fighting at a controlled pace. He's got really good striking, nice leg kicks. He's really athletic. He throws that Superman punch also, and he covers this distance really well. I mean, the way he covers distance is really nice. This is gonna be his toughest fight in the welterweight right now because Neil Magny's been the ultimate gatekeeper for a long time. He's 37 years old, but if you don't mind your P's and Q's, I mean, you can definitely turn the storm. I mean, you can definitely turn it around in the later half of the fight. But I'm going to take Michael Morales here. I think he's going to beat Neil Magny. Is he going to knock on Neil Magny, though? Neil Magny is pretty durable. So I think it could go the distance, but eventually, like, that chin's going to crack, man. He's been KO'd 2 times and only been KO'd 2 times. One of them was by Santiago Ponzinibbio in the 4th round. And the other one was Laurent Larkins back in 2016. So the guy hasn't been KO'd since 2018. I think it's going to go longer. I think Michael Morales is not going to be looking for... he's not going to go crazy in the first round and a half or around first rounds. I think Morales is going to get him out. I think he's going to be able to beat him by 30-27. I'm going to say Michael Morales lands the better shots out there. He's going to be able to get Neil Magny respect. And he's going to beat him. I'm pretty confident on Michael Morales here. The line is crazy, but... I guess it makes sense. I mean, he's going to be the much better striker, way younger, and more hungry out there. And he's not gonna gas out like everyone else out there. Michael Morales -610. I'm pretty confident. I'm more confident in Michael Morales. I like his line more than I like Xiang Wang. At least Michael Morales has proven in the UFC, where Xiang Wang is making her debut in the UFC, and she's a higher, bigger favorite than Michael Morales here. I think it goes over Over 2.5 rounds, -145. I think it goes over 2.5 rounds. Neil Magny is pretty durable. I like the Michael Morales third rounder. This is if you can get that some nice odds. I mean, I think that's probably the better play. I took him by third rounder. This is over Jake Matthews. He was my lock of the week over there, +155. Third rounder. This isn't. I like those props on DraftKings if you can catch that. Next fight on the card, we got Edmen Shahbazyan taking on Gerald Meerschaert. This is gonna be a good matchup, man. I mean, Gerald Meerschaert is he fights like I wouldn't say I think he's like the poor man Neil Magny. His striking is terrible. He's just tough in the first couple rounds, and he's got high level BJ. He's got way better BJ than Neil Magny, I think. But yeah, striking is terrible, man. He was getting outstruck by Brian Barberina on the feet, which is pretty bad. Then eventually he got the takedowns and was able to catch that submission. The Shahbazyan has had gas tank issues, but and he was like kind of getting rocked by AJ Dobson on the feet. Then he eventually knocked him out cold in the later half of the first round. Obviously, he was looking pretty good over Anthony Hernandez in the first round and a half. Then he gassed out. Hernandez just made it all dirt, like a absolute brawl, and he took him down and was able to get the ground and point off. And Shahbazyan kind of quit out there. But other than that, I mean, his last couple of two high level guys, I mean, Nasruddin Mava was able to get him out of there with some ground and pound later in the fight. Derek Brunson, obviously, we probably all remember the Derek Brunson fight. But Derek Brunson just took him down over and over and over. I mean, so he's had a tough matchups, man. He's came to UFC. I mean, he's been in UFC for a while. I mean, he's fighting on the Ultimate Fighter. He came to UFC really young. I mean, he came to UFC at like what 20. I mean, he's 20 years old. I mean, he's 20 years old when he came to UFC, and they haven't done him any favors. I mean, he beat Brad Torres with a head kick. I mean, I think he was the first one to KO Brad Torres, by the way. I don't think Brad Torres was ever knocked out before that fight, or I could be wrong. I mean, I think he was like first or second guy to knock out Brad Torres in UFC. Was he the first one? I think he might have been the first one to KO him. Now, Tim Boach, I guess, knocked him out, but okay. Whitaker was able to knock him out, but then he was the second guy to KO him. Israel Adesanya couldn't put away Brad Torres, so Shahbazyan is a high-level prospect, man. His striking is going to be way better. The cardio could be an issue if it goes later. Gerald Meerschaert could definitely fluke a submission. But I'm picking Edmen Shahbazyan. I picked him by first round KO over Dobson. But Dobson was looking good early, but I don't think a Meerschaert striking is going to be good enough for him to get this one done. But if you want to play something, GM3, I would play like second, third round submission for GM3 because he's definitely gonna be live if Shahbazyan starts getting tired. But I think he's gonna make improvements. He's only 26 years old. He's gonna be a lot younger, and he's training at a good team right next to him, Couture. So I'll give me Shahbazyan. He looked good out there. He still got the KO. He's just got a solid chin on him. Give me Shahbazyan by KO TKO. Probably the first or second round to KO TKO. I think he's gonna be a lot quicker on the feet. He's gonna have the better striking, obviously, more dangerous on the feet. Takedown defense should be solid enough early, but if it goes over 1.5 rounds, I mean, you could probably lie better in Gerald Meerschaert live and get a good number in Gerald Meerschaert because he's definitely gonna be losing the first round, and he's gonna be live to get turned around in the second, third round. But he got knocked down by Andre Proski in the second round. That's not really a good sign. Proski's not really a high level striker. Edmen Shahbazyan is going to be a way better striker here. The line for this one is Shahbazyan is -300. Over 1.5 rounds, -125. I think it could go over 1.5 rounds, but it's definitely risky, man, because Shahbazyan's going to be able to land some big shots on the feet. No, sometimes, I mean, GM3 just kind of covers up sometimes when he gets dropped. I don't think I touched over 1.5 rounds, but I could see it going over if GM3 stays tough out there. My voice is still messed up from last night. Anyways, I'm picking Shahbazyan by I'll go like a first or second round KO TKO. Alright, guys, next fight on the card, we got Angela Hill versus Tabatha Ricci. I mean, Baby Sharp Ricci versus Angela Hill. No, I think Tabatha Ricci, she got a gifted decision over Tisa Pennington. I mean, I picked Tabatha Ricci by decision. I didn't bet on that fight because I knew it was going to be a tough fight for Ricci. But she did not win that fight. I mean, let's be honest. I know people like Ricci and she's kind of good looking or whatever, but she didn't win that fight. She lost that fight. I think she lost every round out there. She might have won the third round with the clinch and stuff. She couldn't get takedowns on her. I think she got like maybe like one takedown maybe, but it wasn't like much of a takedown either. And she got outstruck. I mean, she's getting pieced up. Tita Pennington came back after a layup, but Tita Pennington is kind of underrated. She loses a lot of split. This is, I mean, she lost the split. She got robbed against Dern also. Happens to Tita Pennington all the time. And obviously, she got kind of outstruck by Lupita Godinez, but it was a pretty close fight. Jillian Robertson, when she can't get takedowns, I mean, she's not really a good striker, I guess. So she beat Jillian Robertson there. I'm just not impressed with Tabatha Ricci, man. She's only 29 years old, so can she get another gifted? This is, I mean, the judges love robbing Angela Hill. I mean, she's lost to so many split decisions before. She's got like 4 split decision losses in UFC. When the fights are like close, I mean, it's not really going her way in the UFC. But I'm more impressed with Angela Hill, man. Even at 39 years old, man, she's like 39, and she looks better than ever. I mean, like. She beat DC Gomes. I mean, DC Gomes is an absolute pit bull. We know how good DC Gomes is, and she lost to Mackenzie Dern in a 5-round main event. I mean, she got knocked down a couple of times, and yeah, give me Angela Hill. I think Angela Hill is gonna be able to beat her by decision here. I'm gonna pick Angela Hill by scorecards. I think I like the over. I think it's gonna go over 2.5 rounds for sure. I don't see this fight being finished in the. I don't think this fight's gonna be. We're gonna see a finish here in this fight. Angela Hill, I think she's gonna be the more busier striker out there. She's gonna be able to. She's got the better clinch work. Her takedown defense is gonna be solid enough. I don't really see her getting taken down here, and she's gonna have the better gas take. I think Angela Hill -120. I like Angela Hill here. I like the over. I think the over 2.5 in this fight, and the over 2.5 in that Jacqueline fight and Nunes fight. I think that's a good parlay piece. Those two leg parlay. I like that parlay. Let's talk about next fight now. Next fight on the card is gonna be Jared Cannonier versus Caio Borralho. Nah, fighting nerds all the way. I'm not picking against fighting nerds anytime soon. I mean, I'll tell you guys that right now. But this is Caio Borralho's first ever main event, and I'm picking Caio Borralho all day long. I mean, he's probably not gonna have the one more power than Jared Cannonier. Jared Cannonier is a former heavyweight. I mean, he used to fight at heavyweight. He's fought at light heavyweight. Now he's fighting at 185. And he was, I guess, he was up on the scorecards over Imavov. Then Imavov was, he kind of gassed. I think he was looking tired in that fight. He was trying to clinch Imavov. I think Imavov is the better striker, kickboxer than Borralho. But Borralho has that karate stance striking style, and he looks good out there, man. He's beating these guys. I mean, he beat Adam Tosin, who's a high level kickboxer. Beat Makhmud Muradov with his takedowns and control. Sub Michael Olechichik, had him by submission their second round, and beat Abu Smagomedov. He kind of outstruck Abu Smagomedov, and almost got Abu Smagomedov out of there in that third round. Obviously killed Paul Craig, but Paul Craig cannot strike. I mean, so this is gonna be toughest fight in the UFC for Caio Borralho. Jared Cannonier has been a top 5 ranked guy at middleweight for a long time, and he wasn't looking terrible. I mean, came back after surgery, wasn't looking terrible out there. I picked him up to beat him by decision. That was early stoppage. Let's be honest, it was early stoppage. A lot of people thought Cannonier was gonna win that fight, and I guess he was up in the scorecards, but the way the fight was going wasn't looking good for him. Yeah, my fucking voice is messed up right now. But anyways, I think Strickland should have beat him. That was kind of a bad decision for in that one. Strickland should have won that fight. And Muratori obviously almost killed him in the first round. Then he came back and almost put a beating on Muratori. Give me Borralho by decision. Is he gonna finish him? I mean, Cannonier is pushing 40. I mean, he's over 40 years old now. So could finish him. I mean, maybe by submission, but I think it's gonna go longer. I think Borralho is gonna be able to just he's gonna respect Cannonier's power. Cannonier is gonna have success in this fight, but I am picking Borralho to beat him here by decision. I think I like the over. I think it's gonna go over 3.5 rounds. The line is set it over. Cannonier definitely has more power, though. I think he's gonna be I wouldn't say a better striker, but he does have more power on the feet for sure. And also, he fought the better competition in UFC. He's been fighting Izzy. I mean, he fought Israel Adesanya, Strickland. I mean, he's fought like former champions already. I mean, he's fought at Reyes also. Reyes knocked him out. I mean, back in the day. Whitaker, I mean, he's fought 3 former champions. I mean, Whitaker, Israel Adesanya, and not Strickland. I mean, John Blachowicz. I mean, 5 former champions. I mean, that's crazy. Glover Teixeira, light heavyweight champion. John Blachowicz, light heavyweight champion. Dominic Reyes, title contender. Those guys fought a way better competition than Caio Borralho. So, but I'm not picking against Caio Borralho here anytime soon. He hasn't done anything to make me think that he can win a fight like this. Give me Borralho I'll say by 49, 48, 47. I could see Cannonier landing some good shots, maybe winning around here to one or two rounds out there. But give me Borralho to win. I'm gonna say Borralho gets it done by decision. The line for Borralho is -190, and the line for Cannonier is +165. Give me Borralho. I think Borralho is getting better, whereas Cannonier just trying to maintain how good he already is. He's getting older. He's going to be looking slow out there soon. I like the over 3.5 rounds. I think it's going to go over 3.5 rounds. -140 for the over 3.5 rounds. Give me the over. I think it goes over. Borralho gets it done by decision. Maybe a late 5th round finish if Cannonier gets really tired, because he was looking tired in that Mawa fight. There you go, guys. That's my full card breakdown. And I hope you guys enjoyed my full card breakdown. And I'll see you guys. I'll probably be live for Dana White Contenders. I'll be live for this card for sure. I go live for every UFC card. But I'll be live for Dana White Contenders. I'm probably going to do a breakdown for Dana White Contenders soon in the next 2 days. I got to watch some tape on that on Dana White Contenders card. But I hope, make sure you guys like, subscribe. If you guys want to support the channel, you can become a member on the channel. You get some live stream perks. You get to see the bets that I'm placing every week. And also like, subscribe. Let's get those. We're getting close to 2,500 subscribers. I mean, we're almost there, guys. I'll see you guys next time, man. Later. Take it easy, guys. Have a good week. Later.